Hey guys, it's starting. It's happening. I have to confess to you all. I ate a delicious peach for breakfast this morning, and there's a big chunk of it in my throat. But we're gonna soldier on. We're gonna keep this going. And yeah, so let's get right into it with our good friend, the supply closet. Here we are. Oh, I'm guessing you can hear me. By the way, I hope you can. I've seen a lot of highs, so that probably means yes. Um, All right, so we're here in the supply closet, and we're going to be drawing our good friend, the Endoskelett, yet again. Um, but here's the trouble. Um, Bernard is fucking massive, and I don't know where I'm supposed to put the Endoskelett, but we're going to figure it out piece by piece. You can hear me? That's good. Thank you. Hourglass, you're fired. I'm sorry, you're lying to me, and that's not cool. So, what do we do about this? Well, I don't know. What do we think, chat? We could have him. We could have. All right, there's a couple options. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm reading that and seeing it's something about the Funny Monkey Sticky Challenge game. Does anyone? Is this common knowledge? Has anyone even looked at my itch.io page? Because if you have, you're gonna see some cool stuff, including the. I think I talked about the monkey game last stream. It's about a stinky monkey on with legs. It doesn't really matter that much. Endoskelett on his shoulders would be funny. The only trouble is it has to be a sprite that also works if Bernard isn't there. So here's what I'm stinking. Either he's kind of up against... Okay, something like... Okay, let me make Bernard visible. Something like he's up against the back wall, doing like a little... Hello? Where's my drawing? Where's my drawing? Why is that? Oh, I'm stupid. It's behind the background. Okay. Either something like... He's like here. Post it up. Or perhaps... I was also thinking maybe he's like on the shelf. But I don't know. It might be hard to fit in with the box and the whatever this red thing is. I don't know. What do you guys think is best? The goal today is Endoskelett in the supply closet. Ideally start to finish, but since this will be him full body, it'll probably take a little longer. So maybe I won't finish it in the stream, but we'll see. Yeah, I think him just standing there, even though, I don't know, because him standing there is definitely easier, but him on the shelf is funnier, so I don't know. I think him on the shelf could get too complicated. He's going to be fighting for space with the cool box, and now my pen is not working. I need my good friend, the pen charger. I know what you're thinking. Well, you charge pens? I thought they run off ink. Well, actually, this is a digital pen. I'll get to the questions in a sec. Sorry, I'm just working this out. Make him sit on a bucket. I was thinking, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna have to code something extra, but do you guys think I should make it that Endoskelet's holding the mop and doing a little mopping? I feel like I like that. I'll have to code it so the mop like disappears from the background when he's there, but I think I like that. Okay, we're gonna do that. That's good. All right, I don't know if we'll see how far we get in this stream, but that's the plan. You're doing a little mopping. All right. So let's do the motion. We can get started with the cool questions. You have a theory about Bernard? Were you the one who made the post the other day about Bernard and Felix and their relationship? Not like romantically, but you know, because I'd love to hear it. But I'm not going to tell you if you're right or if you're wrong. I'm just going to go hee hee hee, no matter what you say. But I don't think it's fair none of the characters wore party hats. They were going to. What room has it? The dining area has the party hats? Yes. Oh, and they're in the storage closet too. I did think about having Bernard wear the party hat in the dining area, but I decided not to because it was too complicated. Although now I have no excuse because Endoskelett is mopping. Rails 87. Oh, I remember you. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, tell your theory. Did Clara watch the new Despicable Me 4 movie? Is that out? Because if so, then yes. And she, Clara kind of looks like a minion. You ever think about that? Why does Bernard have such a strange nose? I don't know. Because, like, he's got spiky teeth. He's got spiky, what do you call it? Fingies? So I was like, why not give him a spiky nose as well? And that's the gosh honest truth. And I don't know why it's sideways like that. Okay, his iconic spider teeth in there. Do you think Friedrich and Friedrich would be good friends? Yeah, I think they have a lot in common. They're both silly little bear guys, and they both know that their DNA is taken from Freddy Fazbear, and they know that even though they won't quite measure up to him, they have their own merits, and I think they would bond over that. You know what I'm thinking of when I draw this? Do you guys remember the SpongeBob scene where it's the Employee of the Month episode? And SpongeBob's like, "Clean floors, Mr. Krabs," and he looks all scary. That's what this is like. What if the characters swapped roles? Like they had the different mechanics, or like if their designs were swapped. Like if Clara was huge like Bernard, that'd be pretty cool. Probably couldn't use an iPad anymore because it would break in her grip. How do you draw a mop? Hang on. Okay. We're gonna make it a different color so we know what it is. Why are they all German? I named Friedrich, and I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going with the superficial German theme. I think it works. I like the idea of like an American chain restaurant trying to be German just to look exotic, but they're putting in like the bare minimum effort. How do you? I'm doing a mop motion with my real life arms right now. How do you do that? That's crazy. Okay. Mops are weird to hold, man. I never thought about how you hold a mop. This looks so silly. His hands are gonna be wrong. That's okay. Something like that, perhaps. What's the deal with Bernard being small in the pictures but very large in the game? It's a sick and twisted story. Oh, that's my Discord going off. I forgot to turn that off. Hee. Smile face. Does Bernard smoke fat blunts? I'd look at him, dude. You tell me. I mean, he's fading in. That's good. You can tell he's there. You can see his little head. I heard Robbie Coltrane, creator of FNAF, who doing a cameo. That's true. He's gonna be the phone guy, and he's gonna say, "I'm Robbie Coltrane. This is what I sound like." I don't know who Robbie Coltrane is at all. I just did a Peter Griffin voice. I'm sorry. How complicated are the animatronics? Well, you're looking at the two most complicated ones right now. Bernard takes forever, and Endoskelett takes forever. That's why I'm unconfident that I'll get it all done in this stream, because Endoskelett full body is a little tricky. It's a little tricky. Will Felix ask Bernard out on a date? I don't think so. They don't like each other that way, and they also don't like each other at all. And it's a shame, because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like they could have like opened business together. Like they could have, like the brains and the brawn, they could have got something done, but instead they bicker over petty squabbles. My theory is that after Bernard lost his brain, he is no longer the genius of the gang. Oh, interesting. If the names of characters in your FNAF game are translated to German, do you think you do the same thing with the names of each smiling critter? I still don't really know what smiling critters is. I know it was brought up last stream, and I was like, I don't know what that is, and everyone was like, you're stupid. And I was like, yeah. But here's the official guide for coming up with Friedrich's names. It's very it works every time. If they have a real name, like if they have like a human name, just Google German baby names, find a big list, and pick the one that's closest to what you're looking for. And if they don't have a human name, just put it in Google Translate, see what you get. That's how you do it. This is the wrong color. No, it's the right color. It doesn't matter, it's a sketch. I'm in the stream. You are in the stream. I see. Endo is strong like a Simpsons character. He is a bit like El Barto. I'm not doing this right. We're exploring brave new territory right now. Why does that look? Maybe it just, okay, I'm gonna just keep going. Just keep it going. It's always the stuff you don't expect. A mop is hard. Endoskelett is easy, but mop is hard. Let's see. Can you just tell us a little number of the release date? The story I've been going with is 2024, probably late 2024 or early 2025. And that's really the best I can do. Originally I was saying at least 6 months, and I think that still holds true. And 6 months would be about December. And that's all I got. Anything more would be conjecture. Actually, it's all conjecture. Does any of the other animatronics have a tongue like Felix? Let me think about that. Friedrich has a tongue, and I think that's it. Clara might have one. I didn't draw her with one, but maybe it's in there. The characters are drawn purely off of vibes. That's why Friedrich will have as many teeth as like 15 and as little as like 6. Are the animatronics dumb? They are. They're smart, like they're smart like the way a lion is smart at chomping the head off a gazelle. But if you asked him to do like calculus, he'd be like, I don't know what this is, dude. He'd be like, I'd rather just do basic long division instead. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking so stupid. How hard do you think the max mode of the game will be? Um, I think pretty hard. I don't want it to be like insane. Like I'm not trying to make the next like top one of the max mode list. I really don't want to do that. Like I want, I want I want people to be able to beat it with like, I don't know. I don't want it to be free, but also don't want people to be like breaking their hands over it. Um, I think, well, first of all, I said this last time, but just to reiterate, all of the character AI and all the challenges are done. So I've been testing 720 and 720 all challenges. 720 is definitely possible. I might have to bump up the power, but it's possible. 720 all challenges is impossible because of perma sprinkler. It makes everyone way too fast. So that is something that will have to be changed. He looks a little stiff there, but that's okay. We're going to keep it. We're going to go back and fix it later. What gave you the idea to make their designs so goofy? I'm trying to think. Because originally when I came up with the idea for this game, I was just going to draw like the animatronics in my style. So it was just going to be Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica and everything. But then I thought about, I was like, that's too boring. We'll give them some cooler designs. I thought about making Bonnie really fucking huge because I thought that'd be really funny. Because then you're like, why is this near children? And then that kind of exaggerated design just kind of went over to everyone else. I like the old doo-wop song that plays when Friedrich is hanging from the ceiling. Do you guys want to talk about music copyright law? Because I was looking into that. It's really crazy. It's because I know last stream I said something. I said that I'm gonna try to move away from copyrighted music, and that is no longer the case. I don't know, but the headline is nothing is changing. We're still gonna have copyrighted zoom zoom zoom, and if you're a YouTuber, you can have a royalty-free version. Because I was looking into it, music copyright law is insane. Did you know that the moment you create something, it's copyrighted? There's no like central copyright registry. It just is yours, which is cool. But it also makes it a nightmare if you're trying to license something, because the person licensing it is responsible for tracking it down, which definitely makes it hard. I'm just fiddling. But yeah, I was looking into zoom 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 to see if it was, public domain, or if I could claim fair use, or possibly get a license. But the company that owns it, they're still around, but they have absolutely no way to contact them, and so it's really not possible. Although I uploaded test footage of Friedrich doing the little zoom 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 for like 10-15 seconds and then attacking, and it did not get picked up by YouTube, which really surprised me. So I honestly feel like it would be okay if you had it in a video, but I'm gonna keep the copyright free option anyway because I don't want to force YouTubers to take a risk like that. become very popular in our country. Your games have been played by millions. Millions! I mean, thank you. I'm very flattered. Millions is... I mean, I have a little human brain, so I can't conceptualize that big a number. But that's cool. Have you heard of Indigo Park or Dandy's World? I'm afraid not. I am, I don't know a lot about mascot horror besides Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any exceptions. I know of Poppy's Playtime, and that's about where my expertise ends. Oh, I know of Bendy, but also I don't know anything about them. Welcome to trying to figure out what's off. I mean, the mop looks good. I think the endoskelett just needs to be moving as well. Ooh, maybe he'll like bob his little head or something. You ever got a nightmare about Five Nights at Friedrich like Scott Cawthon? Wait. I don't think it was a nightmare. I think I did dream about the game though. I don't remember what happened in it. I don't know. That's a very uninteresting answer. I'm sorry. Where'd you get the music for the game? The title screen theme is from Newgrounds, and it's like Creative Commons. I'm allowed to use it, so it's not copyrighted. And then Friedrich's jingle is this old doo-wop song from the late 50s. And then everything out, like the little 6 a.m. jingle and the royalty-free version, I just did myself. In theory, if someone wanted to license my child that I created and immediately own, they would have to reach out to me? Yes. I don't know if that's copyright law, though. That's probably falls more under, like, child labor laws. But, yeah, they would have to reach out to you. Will you release full images of the cameras on Game Jolt, like without the UI? I'm thinking about it. There's going to be, in the game, there's going to be an extras that lets you view the backgrounds. But in terms of character animations, it probably would be easier just to upload it separately. It would be a lot to include in the game's extras. So I'll probably just upload it separately. But yeah, I'm open to doing that. How do arms work? Okay, it's got to be coming forward a bit more. Will you make second Five Nights at Friedrich's like FNAF 2? If I do make a sequel, and that's a big if, large if, in big bold font, it would, I think it would definitely take cues from FNAF 2, but I think it would be less similar than Friedrich's 1 is to FNAF 1. Just because I want to see if I can, I feel like it might get a little boring if I just copy the games forever, you know. I kind of want to see if I can design my own gameplay loop. And I know this is pretty different from the FNAF 1 gameplay loop, but I want to challenge myself a little. But it will take cues from it. There'll be similarities in, like, you know, layout and characters and stuff. Was there a specific reason you chose You Got It for the trailer music? Well, I needed a song, and I was like, I think it'd be funny if it was something kind of lighthearted, but what song could I choose? And then my friends were playing Clone Hero, which is a Guitar Hero game, and You Got It by Roy Orbison came on it, and I was like, wait, this kind of slaps. So I used it, which is very illegal and in violation of copyright law. But you know what? Come get me. Come get me. Don't get me. Don't get me. I don't have lawyers. Don't get me. Newgrounds is the ultimate dub. Newgrounds is really great. Well, it's great in general, but it's also really great if you want, like, royalty-free music that's, like, good and not overused. Like, it's very good at that, and they got some really talented people there. What are the 3 challenges? I guess I'm allowed to say. So we all know Perma Sprinkler. The classic Perma Sprinkler, it'll probably be adjusted, but it'll be the same concept where everything's faster. The second challenge I teased is called low power mode, and it basically makes it so there's no power bar, there's no power percentage, but if your usage hits 5, everything locks up for like 5 seconds. You can't use lasers or camera. and also it's dark and there's like a flashlight visual. And the third challenge I haven't talked about at all, but it's called Mad Clara, and it basically does it where instead of starting a fire, she just kills you. So, for everyone relief that Clara doesn't do anything in Perma Sprinkler, sorry, she does something in all challenges, and she's evil. She's rotten to the core. Do you ever think about Game Jolt Creator? I'm definitely thinking about it. You can't become one until you get 1,000 profile followers, and I'm at 550. I've noticed my profile followers tend to be about half the game's followers, so once the game hits 2,000, I should be around 1,000, which means I'll make cool sticker packs for everyone. We can all use it. You'll be able to use your charges on me, and I will get ad revenue, and that'll be very nice. But yeah, for now, can't become a creator, but I'm open to it once I'm able to. Do you have to beat 420 mode separate from Perma Sprinkler? No, you can do 420 Perma Sprinkler and get both. He looks goofy. I'm gonna make his head bob. Will the animatronics have voices? Probably not. Because I feel like voice acting with animatronics is cool if it's done right, but if it's done wrong, it feels kind of corny, and I don't trust myself to do it right. Five Nights at Don't Worry About It. Don't bring up my old videos. You can if you want. I'm just kidding. Is there a reason why Felix stares at Bernard when he's in the room? I think he's afraid of him. And if you want to know why he's afraid of him, look no further than the cool animation where he grabs him out of the doorway and throws him at the wall. And that, by the way, when he does that, that deletes Felix from the night. He doesn't go back to the Felix arcade. He's dead. Like, he's gone when that happens. And so that's why he's scared of him. What would Nightmare Bernard look like if he's already beast? I don't know. Yeah, he definitely does take a lot of inspiration from the nightmares. I guess just like even more. Like he'd have like 30 rows of teeth like Nightmare Chica. Will there be references of other horror games you've actually heard of? There's references to, let's go, I'm going through my head the references. There's a reference to The Binding of Isaac. Which is not a horror game. I don't think there's any references to horror games. I don't actually play a lot of horror games. I know I'm a hack right now, I'm sorry. But the clown radio on the desk makes you think the sixth character is going to be a clown. The clown, and I'm sorry to spoil the theory, but the clown is a reference to a game I worked on previously. It was for a Ludum Dare. It's called Clowns Aren't Funny. And it's not a good game at all, but I like the clown, and I think the ending is really funny, although I won't spoil it. You have to go play it on itch.io.com. It's just called itch.io. There's no .com. I'm getting stunlocked. I forgot what I was doing. Okay, let's... Okay, how do I do this? I should have done the mop on a separate layer. It's okay. Figure it out. This is just the sketch. It doesn't matter if it looks bad. The game still has uncovered secrets. In the demo? I guess I can think of a couple, but they're like pretty minor. Nothing like insane. There's Easter eggs in the office that people haven't fully figured out yet that I think once they do, they would be happy that they found it. I think Nightmare Bernard would be the opposite of a beast and a small silly guy. That'd be funny too. He's just like he's like a really polite rabbit fellow with a suit and tie. He's like a Mr. Rogers type. Endoskelett with headphones. Oh, like a little. That could be funny. I might do that. How would he look with headphones? I'm resisting the urge to make it like too silly, but I really like it. I don't know. We'll see. Will the second animatronic be a cat? No, no cats. The animatronics are all kind of based on existing FNAF ones. There will not be a Candy the Cat. I liked the fan-made Candy the Cat, like Friedrich's candy. I forget what the name was. It was the German word for candy. But I really liked that design. How did you learn to animate? I'm trying to remember. I first got Adobe Flash when I was like 12, and that was like Flash is a really nice tool for animating, even though the brush sucks and I think the program's kind of unreliable. It has a really straightforward interface. So if you're getting started, I recommend that one. And in terms of actual animating, a lot of it comes down to practice, like just getting used to like the motion and like that sort of thing. But I recommend looking into the 12 principles of is it 12? It's probably more than 12. Look up the principles of animation. It's got really important stuff that is kind of true for making any motion look good. Stuff like what's it called? Like anticipation, squash and stretch, secondary motion, like the idea of like what you should be doing with your frames to make it look, I guess, like an organic motion. That's what I recommend if you're trying to learn how to animate. And also just practice and start small. Don't try to make like a feature-length film or a game like Friedrich's, because this is the most I've ever animated for a single thing, like in my entire life, like by a lot. Any animation I've done prior for games was just like really basic, like player character animations. So this is ambitious. How do you think the Friedrich's 2 animatronics would look like if you made them? If I made a Friedrich's 2, I have an idea for what the animatronics would be. And it wouldn't necessarily be toys and wizards like FNAF 2. And I know that's disappointing because I know people liked thinking about Toy Bernard, and I really liked I love the fan art of the toys that was uploaded. I know it was based on what we talked about on stream, but I really liked it. I loved the triangle toy claw is really funny to me. I wish schools would teach us how to animate. I mean, yeah, it's true. What's it called? If you go to college for animation, they teach you it, but it's expensive and hard to get a job afterwards. It's it's not, I'm trying to think of what to say here. If you're trying to learn animation, there's nothing wrong with self-teaching. I think you can get pretty far. What am I doing? I just realized I'm like totally... Oh, I cut his head. That's why it's gone. But yeah, if you're trying to learn animation, just, it's something fun to do in your spare time. You just, what I do, I throw on a little podcast or some music, and I just do it, and it's monotonous, but it's fun. This head is so weird, but you know what? It's all in the name of having a cooler looking motion once it's not a sketch anymore. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do for the enter-exit animations. I've been putting too much time into Mr. Idle animation here. Let's see. His head. Oh, it's moving so much. I'm in for a more subtle motion. Alright, I like that. I don't care. Let's stay in it. Look at him go. Okay. I think that's good. I You know what? For this stream, I think I might just focus on the idle animation because I've just given myself 6 drawings to do start to finish. 6 is usually like the sum total of the enter and exit animations, but this is just for the idle. So I think this stream I'll just do the idle, if that's okay with everyone. Can you give us some tips on animating in Clip Studio? So Clip Studio, I'm gonna take a drink of water, and then I'm gonna tell you all that stuff. That's really good water. Tastes a bit like the tap, but that's okay. Yeah, animating Clip Studio, the way you do it, it's not super straightforward compared to something like Flash, but the way you do it is you set up this animation folder, and each child of the animation folder is a frame that you can hook up. And the best way to manage your frames is make each frame a folder. And then you can have a sketch layer, a line art layer, and then, you know what, let me show you a completed. I'll show you the old classic West Hall? What was the East Hall? It was the West Hall we put him in. Yeah, West Hall. This is from last stream. And I'll show you how you want to structure your layer. You got your frame, there's the line art layer, and then there's the shading layer, there's the color layer, and then there's the sketch, which you can't see right now, but now you can kind of see it. It's like the red outline there. And also put all your colors on a separate layer. Like have a layer for yellow, a layer for red, a layer for white. It just makes it easier to organize later. If you screw something up and have to recolor something, it's a lot less work to redo something because you just have to redo the one layer as opposed to redoing the whole color layer. Have a favorite and worst FNAF game of the main series? Let's see. I used to hate 4, but I actually think it might be my favorite now, just because like design-wise, I think it's pretty well thought out compared to like other ones. Like, it's tricky. I don't like 2 that much. I like 2. I like everything about 2 except the gameplay, because I think it's really unintuitive. I also like everything about 6 except the office gameplay for the same reason. I think it's even less intuitive. And I know that's conducive to horror, but it's not conducive to having fun. Yesterday I made a new animatronic, and now I'll make a sketch of him. He's a penguin. Yeah, dude, post that on the community when it's ready. I love the community. It's so cool. I love seeing people's art. How long do you think it'll take to complete 720? 6 minutes, because it's the length of the night. No, but I don't know. It depends how skilled you are. Because the nice thing about FNAF games is a lot of the skills carry over. You know, so if you're like a big max mode fellow, you're gonna beat it a lot faster. Like someone beat 420 Perma Sprinkler within the first victor was within 3 hours of launch. So if you're locked in, I bet you could do it in like an hour or 2. But it's hard to say. Why did the animatronics change? Like Felix getting destroyed and Bernard is well, they are scary. And things are not right in the world of Friedrichs. That's what it means. It means something is awry. And I'm not talking about delicious rye bread, which you get at the Frankly Diner. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm looking at, I actually have Game Jolt open this time, so I can see everything. I have a gun from Game Jolt that says, could Friedrich beat Goku? It depends. It depends, because Goku's universe operates on, you know, the rule of cool, where if something is cool, it happens. So if it happened in Goku's world, Goku would win because it would be cool. But if it was in Friedrich's world, Friedrich would win because it would be funny. That's the rule. And that's how you write fiction. Alright, see a Stickman. I always have to stumble over myself when I say your name. Stickman. If Coke offered you a sponsorship to rebrand the game, 5 Cokes that taste good, would you do it?
Would I have to like change the designs to be like Coke related, or is it just the name? I probably honestly would, because you know what, the name would stand out more than Five Nights at Friedrich's. Um, in terms of brand recognition, Five Nights at Friedrich's is objectively not a good name, but it's too late to change it now. And you know what? It's actually a good name. I changed my mind now that I've realized I'm stuck with it. Um, I've done cognitive behavioral therapy. I like it now. I've gaslit myself into liking it. Why does Bernard look like he could bench press a car? Because he's huge and full of unspecified parts of unknown origin, according to the manual. Am I making his head too small? We'll see. I can always make it longer. No functionality change. You have to rebrand every poster. Every poster. Okay, but the character designs can be the same. The posters wouldn't be that bad. It would be like, instead of Zilla Breer, and it would say like, drink. I don't know. Does Coke have a slogan? I just realized I don't know if they have a slogan. They say I'm loving it. Does Friedrich, Clara, Bernard, and Felix like children? I don't think they like anyone. I think, but they like having fun. They like having fun. They'll only kill you if it's fun. If you're boring to kill, they're not gonna do anything. It's fun to kill the night guard because he's in an office that's structured like a video game. His doors have lasers and shit. That's not in real offices. That's why they like him. His head outline looks too thick. Is this gonna be a problem? I'm gonna thin it out. I'm gonna thin it out because you know he's further away, so it would be smaller. Can I? Let's see if this works. Shrink it. Too much. Shrink it by 1. Here's another Clip Studio tip for all you clip heads out there. If you want to make a line thinner, you can select it, and there's this handy little fellow called Shrink Selected Area. You can shrink it by an amount of pixels. Then once you shrink it, you can invert the selection so you only select the line you want to... You select the stuff you don't want to keep, and then you can erase it. That one's for the clip heads. Have I explained that well? If not, send me a postcard and I'll send you a personalized message on how to do it. I probably won't do that, but there are rules in FNAF 1, so what are the rules in Friedrich? Don't get near anything under any circumstance for any reason. Yeah, they'd probably be a lot stricter. Probably be a lot more along the lines of like, don't, no sudden movements, no eye contact, no loud noises. Whatever thing you spin on Felix's wheel, you have to do it. Has anyone read Felix's wheel, by the way? I wrote a lot of stuff on it, and I hope someone read it. I'd like to point out, by the way, that when Felix's wheel stops, there's actually 3 different positions it can go into, and yeah, between those 3 positions, you can see every word written on the wheel, and you can see all the fun things. Don't breathe too much. Yeah. There's a limited oxygen supply. Please don't use it all. Don't eat the pizza. Don't smell the pizza. Don't inhale the fumes coming from the kitchen. Is his head too big? Endoskelett is in that awkward phase where I'm still trying to figure out what he looks like. I've read his wheel. Thank you, Blue Angry Bird. I appreciate that. Did you like, what was your favorite one? Was it Bernard Visits Your House? I like that one. I think that might be my favorite. If the paper in Night 3 says something about darkness, would it mean the Pibby darkness or the different kind of darkness? Hey, I know what Pibby is! Guys, I did it! I knew what something was. No, it'd probably be about real darkness. I don't think that there's no Pibby glitch in this game, unfortunately. I mean, I guess the whole thing with the Pibby glitch is that it's in everything, so I guess I don't get to say if it's canon or not. I guess it just kind of is. Look at the way he's bent. That's kind of crazy. I never draw him like that before. Looks like he's got an old man hip. What is your favorite character? Also, I love your game. Thank you. My favorite character. I don't know. It varies. Bernard was my favorite from the get-go because I liked his design, but I think Friedrich started to win me over after I realized how many funny expressions I could give him. Also, Clara. Clara's fun to animate because you can kind of just make her do whatever and it works. You can make her do the Charlie Brown dance and it works. Me thinking about how to draw the arms. I should do this on a new layer. Another pro tip: if you're drawing something complicated, don't be afraid to use layers. I'm putting the arms on a separate layer so I can go back and erase stuff without affecting stuff on the bottom layer. So like if I draw this arm, that's not the arm, but now I can go back and erase the torso without affecting the arm. That's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. Layers are nice. I love layers. And I love lasagna. Please animate her doing the Charlie Brown dance. Buddy, I got some great news for you. Check out the Game Jolt. Scroll down a few pages. Look for the one where the kitchen's on fire. You are going to love what you see. Clean tables, Mr. Krabs. Still thinking. Alright, hang on. Alright, I have to, real quick, this is important. I have to set up OBS for this, but this is really important. Where is it? Chat, did I cook? It's the same shit, right? He really does. I said this before, he looks like SpongeBob. And he also looks like a big iPad. I had to, I just had to go and download that because I thought that was important. And now this is always on my stream setup no matter what. That's going to appear on the next stream about 2 hours into it. Mark my words. Are there any rival companies? Is there bootleg candies or pop goes? That'd be funny. I've never thought about it, but yeah, I think there would be. I think Friedrich's is wildly popular. I liked the fan-made candy that was on the community. If someone made a fan-made pop goes, I would also like that. Kind of a complex question. What are tips for optimizing a FNAF fan game? I don't know if I'm the guy to ask because my game kind of runs like shit on lower end computers. But I guess the thing is just if it's a game, and this is in Godot, by the way. I'm making this in Godot, so my tips might not apply. But in general, most FNAF games are just a large collection of 2D images, like massive 2D images. And so that's where most of the load is going to come from, is loading those images and making sure they play. The best thing you can do is just figure out a way. If you can figure out a way to like preload the images in advance, like Friedrich's has the loading screen at the start, which is it's a long loading screen. But if you can figure out how to do that, asynchronously load all your images at the beginning, then you get way less lag spikes when you actually play the game. Also, image compression, if your engine has a way to compress the images, you might lose a little quality, but it can be totally worth it. I'm doing a little bit of that with Friedrich's, not a lot, because it gets really noticeable when there's a lot of compression, but yeah, stuff like that. is very helpful. V helpful. Would there be a knockoff Wario's fast food? Yeah, someone figure out a German name that sounds like Wario, and that'll be him. I have played Five Nights at Wario's. That's one I have played. I haven't played a lot of fan games. I've played Five Nights at Wario's, and I got to night 3, and I was like, the Princess Peach character is too hard, and I stopped playing. But, you know, it was fun. Will you allow it if people make a fan game with Five Nights at Friedrich? Absolutely. Yeah, go for it. I have no qualms with that. Be kind of fucked up if I made a fan game and I was like, you can't do it though. I know my games are rip off of Five Nights at Freddy's, but you can't do it. No, totally, please. That would be cool. I played the game on a 5-year-old laptop and it ran fine. That's good to hear. I have heard people having issues on the really low end ones, but I don't know. At a certain point, there's only so much you can do. I think it was Five Nights at Wario's Deluxe, yeah. Whichever was the remake of the first game, that was the one I played. Werner, yeah, I like that. Five Nights at Werner's. Out of every character in Fantasy Friedrich, who do you want to turn into a marketable plushie? I think either Friedrich or Clara would lend themselves to being a plushie the most, because they're both kind of short and kind of round. I think Bernard would be good too, but he's massive, so it would be expensive to produce. Okay, how is his hand going to be holding this? You know what? I'm pulling up that SpongeBob image for reference. Okay. Alright, yeah, that helps. I'd buy the shit out of a Bernard plush. I've thought about merch. I would... First of all, I'd hold off doing merch until the full game is out, because I don't feel comfortable doing that kind of stuff till the game's out. But I'd love to do it. But also, I would have to look at copyright stuff for that. I obviously, I couldn't call it Five Nights at Friedrich's merch, because I think the Five Nights trademark, I think I'd get in trouble. But if I just called it Friedrich's War merch, maybe it'd be okay. I don't know. I don't know if I could partner with someone like Makeship, or if they'd be like, dude, you are violating every law in the world. But we'll see. I'll look into it. I'd like to do it. This guy has such weird hands. Glamrock Bernard would be cool. Yes, and Glamrock Bernard, he would put one finger on top of Glamrock Monty, and he would push him down into the earth and just like squish him like a tin can. It would not even be close. All right, Van Job, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. I thought Felix was gonna be like Rockstar Foxy from Ultimate Custom Night. I did kind of think, I did think about mechanically making him similar, because people are right, by the way. The Felix not being able to kill you, that was semi-inspired from those old theories about Foxy being the good guy. I think those are funny. And so I wanted to make it like Ultimate Custom Night, but it got really hard to balance. I never coded it, but conceptually I had trouble balancing it, so I scrapped it. Playtime with Percy, had a makeshift plush show, could be possible. That's true. Yeah, I guess I could call parody. Playtime with Percy, though, I feel like the characters are a lot more unique design-wise compared to something like Friedrich's. But, you know, I'll look into it. I could always just ask Makeship, and if they're good with it, I'm good with it. Like, they got the legal experts. They're the ones who are a company, and I'm not. I just woke up, signed late stream. No worries. We got plenty more to do. Here's what you've missed so far. Here you go. He's gonna be mopping. His head movement is so exaggerated. I might tone it down a little. When do you think the full release will be out? Late 2024, possibly early 2025. Potentially later, I don't know. I was looking through. I have a list of like issues, which is basically like stuff I'm gonna add to the game or stuff I'm gonna fix, and I think it's about ready. I think I have everything I'm planning for the game is like decided. So now it's just a matter of doing it, and I can more easily visualize a timeline now that I know exactly what's getting in and what isn't. But I still don't know for sure. Look at this little guy. Little mopping fellow. I'm gonna drink some water. Thought the player would spin the wheel to get random good things or bad things. That's exactly what I planned, pretty much, yeah. But couldn't really make it work balance wise. I know people hate RNG in these games, so I didn't want to have too much of it, and there wasn't really a way to make it fun, unfortunately. But you know, I like how he is now. How to draw the endoskelet's iconic torso. Endoskelett, it's like a household name, I feel. Will there be golden Friedrich? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? There will be titanium Friedrich, and he is immune to just about everything on the planet. So good luck. If you did a minigame, could we have Foxy's Roulette? That could be fun. Yeah, I still don't know if I'm gonna do minigames. It's looking like probably not, but if I have extra time and it ends up being easy to do, maybe I will. What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Oh, dude, he's on like all different layers. It's all screwed up. Is Endoskelett friends with any of the other characters? He is a bit they don't have a problem with him and he doesn't have a problem with them, but they're just a bit more distant. They don't really know each other as well. But they don't have a problem. He's like a co-worker to them, you know. If Springtrap existed, he just in Friedrich would be a grouchy ass old man. Yeah, he'd be he would literally just be an old guy who got stuck in a suit, and he doesn't want to kill anyone, and he's like not exactly upset about his situation. He's more upset about like gas prices. And his gameplay works exactly like Security Breach, where he just stands there and doesn't really do anything, and you press a button to light him on fire. Well, alright, I'm putting in Springtrap now because I like that idea too much. Who would want to fight, Titanium Friedrich or Bernard? You're asking the question of unstoppable force versus immovable object, and I can't tell you. I just don't know. You gotta ask a physicist. Will you add trophies to the game? I think I will. I have to learn how the Game Jolt API works. It does work for Godot games. That is real and confirmed. So I can definitely do it. Just gotta learn how to do it. And it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, there will be trophies. There will be trophies for the stars. Little collectibles you can find. And maybe some extra little achievements for stuff. But that's probably the bulk of it. What would Springtrap look like in this universe? He would be... I imagine he would take a lot of design cues from Bernard, since I guess technically they're the same character. Like they're based on the same character. So he'd probably also have the weird Mickey Mouse nose. But he'd be more distinct. If I did a Golden Friedrich or a Springtrap or frickin' Titanium Friedrich, I'd like them to be more than just recolors. I'd want them to have unique designs. Still taking cues from who they're based on, but, you know, a unique design. Just because I think that's more interesting. How long does it take to draw Bernard? It's, tough to say. Like a full body drawing, And if I'm like putting in actual effort, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes if he's not colored. If he's colored, it takes longer. I'd say start to finish, maybe like 40 minutes. Who's the dead guy under the desk? What can I say? What can't I say? He was a former employee, and his luck ran out. His luck ran out, and let's just say, I hope he used the company healthcare because he probably needed it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Any FNAF hoaxes planned for the game? I'm kind of tempted to put in Easter eggs because I love the hoaxes are some of my favorite stuff. I love Sparky and the like purple guy animatronic and Chrome Freddy. Is Chrome Freddy is really funny to me because Chrome's not even that cool. Like you could have picked a cooler metal, but everything's Chrome in the future anyway. Shadow Balloon Boy. That'd be fun. I'm gonna put Shadow Balloon Boy in this game, but I'm not gonna put normal Balloon Boy. And it'll just be normal Shadow Balloon Boy. He won't be like German or anything. How long did it take to draw the character references? I did the line art for them in, I don't know, for all of them, like 3 hours, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because I redid them quite a bit. Not redid, but I made a lot of tweaks to them because I wanted them to look extra cool. So the line art took about 3 hours, and then I went away, and then when I came back, I colored and shaded them, and that took about, I don't know, maybe another 3 hours. This is all based on my failing memory. I have an old man brain. I'm 65, by the way, everyone. That's my... I recently retired, and my kids are going to be off my insurance soon. Friedrich Fanverse Initiative when? Are you saying Friedrich in the Fanverse, or Friedrich having its own Fanverse where fan games of Friedrichs get added officially? Because the latter would actually probably be easier. Does Bernard have beef with someone? Yes, his name is Felix. And I don't think he deserves it, but in a karmic sense, maybe he does. Maybe he's done some bad things. How long did it take to make the demo? It was 6 months, start to finish. And thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed playing it. But yeah, the mechanics took about a month to code. Then it was 4 months of animating, and then about a month of like UI design, polish, all that good stuff. I'm not actually 65. I tricked you guys. I'm sorry. If I was 65 and I had the voice of a young man, that'd be honestly kind of scary. Imagine you went up to like a 75-year-old, like he has like no hair, he's got crow's feet, he's like sitting in his little chair eating pudding, and he's just like, "Hey man, I love Five Nights at Freddy's." That'd be so weird. I'd be so uncomfortable. But you know, it's each their own. Whatever that means. What gives you the motivation to do that? I don't know, it's fun. It's I like drawing. And yeah, it was I don't know, what did motivate? That's a good question. What did motivate me to do it? It's just fun to do. I always wanted to try it and try making a fan game, and it's just like a nice thing to do in your spare time, I feel like, because animating, you can kind of just relax, and you can once you have the sketch done, you just kind of autopilot, and you just do your little line art, you do your coloring, your shading. Sometimes you gotta tweak stuff later if it looks weird, but for the most part, it's pretty chill. I recommend it if you don't mind doing monotonous things. There's ways to make it tolerable. You listen to Markiplier plays Five Nights at Freddy's, and you're like, I'm chill as shit right now. In 40 years' time, it'll happen. Old man saying he loves FNAF. That's weird to think about. You know what's crazy? Okay, you know what's crazy to think about? Like, you know how in like nursing homes, they're always playing like they're playing like doo-wop, or they're playing like old like jazz or something. When our demographic is like nursing home age, they're gonna be playing like lo-fi hip hop beats. Like that's 100% what's gonna happen. People say like, oh, old people are gonna be listening to gangster rap. No, that's too high energy. They're gonna listen to lo-fi hip hop beats to chill, study, relax to. And that's true. And I will stake money on that, but I have no platform to bet on. But I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Mops are weird. I've never drawn a mop before. This is blowing me away. I guess this looks fine. Let me add a little extra bits on the bottom here. Love the art style. Thank you. I do know about Hotline Miami. I've never played it. Hotline Miami, I've never played it, but it looks very cool, and I like how it looks, and it seems like fun. Have you beaten 420 mode on your own? Yes, I beat 420 mode before releasing. I got a blackout. I got a power failure, but I still won, so I was like, that's good enough. It's beatable. And then Perma Sprinkler 420, I got to 4 a.m., and I was like, it's beatable. I don't have to verify it any further. So if you've beaten 420 Perma Sprinkler, you are officially better than me at my own game, so congratulations. He looks stubby. I made him short. I guess it's fine. See him in the background. This is gonna be hard to see. Yeah, it's fine. The characters, the references I drew for the wiki, it's a bit of a paradox, because these characters are very inconsistent between cameras, especially on the show stage. The show stage was the first time I ever drew them not in a sketchbook, so I was just kind of feeling it out. That's why their eyes look weird, and that's why Friedrich has like twice as many teeth, because I wasn't sure how they would look yet. Friedrich theory. Bernard stole parts from Felix to become the big bulky beast we all know and love. His nose and fingers resemble Felix's nose and fingers in the posters. That's an interesting theory. You should post that on the community and get hella upvotes. They don't have upvotes. You get hella likes. It's a good theory. They might actually be listening to lo-fi. That's true. They're probably already doing it. I bet old people would like it. Jazz is the best. I really like jazz. I think it's cool. I agree with you there. It's fun. Is the Carl the cupcake variant for the game? There's a cupcake in the office. And I talked about this a little on stream last time. I don't know whose cupcake that is, because you would assume it's Clara's, but why would she doesn't use cupcakes? She makes pizzas. You know, she wouldn't. So I don't know whose it is, but it belongs to someone. And if you subscribe on Patreon, you can find out whose it belongs to. It's like those polls they have at the end. It's like, The Simpsons, what character will die? Call in now and place your bet. The winner gets to be in the show. That's what it's like. I forget what I'm comparing this to, but that's what it's like. Will the mop be the final boss of the game? Yeah, night 5 the mop warps in, and you have to punch it. Does Endoskelett like cleaning? Yeah, I think he's a bit of a neat freak. You know, he doesn't mind doing it. He can, because he's kind of stressed out. He has a lot of work to do. His job stresses him out, so he likes to have a time where he can kind of be in control and just do a task like this and just feel relaxed. He likes doing that. Zero HD, see you later. Thanks for coming by. Glad you loved the game. A real FNAF fan, what should to do? You're saying like what would a real FNAF fan do? I don't know. I guess just enjoy the games and be cool. And email Scott Cawthon $500 every month, and email me $500 every month while we're at it. And also don't send pictures of gore to people because you don't like their fan game. That's right. Oh, we're going there. Yeah, that's insane that that's happening. Anyways, frame 2. You should try to get big FNAF YouTubers to play it. Dawko played it, and the video was really cool. I also, thank you for reminding me, I wanted to talk about that 8-Bit Ryan played it as well. And that was a really great video, too. He was super nice. He was super nice about it the whole time, and I really, I'm really glad he enjoyed it. And that also gave a huge boost to the game as well, so I appreciate him doing that. Is Endoskelett the janitor, or does he just does that? No one asks him to. The actual like staff janitors are always surprised by how clean it is when they come back. That's why they don't suspect any wrongdoing. They're just like, oh, nothing bad happened. There's no night guard removed arm sitting in the office. It's been cleaned up. I am trying to figure out how to proceed here. I'm going to download the game right now. Thank you, Mr. Microwave. I hope you have fun. And I hope... I was trying to think of a microwave-related joke, but I'm sure you get them all the time. Just enjoy the game. I met the game from a Spanish YouTuber playing the demo. First of all, thank you. And yeah, a lot of Spanish YouTubers are playing it. I'm actually kind of surprised. Apparently there's a pretty big Spanish FNAF community that I'm relatively unaware of because I don't know Spanish, but they've all been... I watched the videos with Google automatic translated subtitles, and they all seem very nice. So that's cool. What is the weird clown in the office? That is it's a little... In-universe, it's a little staff radio that they use to communicate with each other. His design is based on a... character from another game I worked on, a Ludum Dare game, and I guess he's a clown. I think the clown radio, because there's actually another one right here in the supply closet. There he is. I think they are not Friedrich's Pizza branded. I think they're just like dollar store radios of like some other clown character, and they just use them. That's my headcanon. Well, it's my own game, so it's canon. Never mind. Does anyone take notice of Clara's human arms in the daytime? Yeah, but it's one of those things where like if you act inconspicuous, if you act like you're not doing anything wrong, people aren't gonna say anything. Like, parents notice it, but they're like, I don't know, little Timmy's having fun. It probably just looks like it's probably just like a weird material. It's probably not actual human hands. That's what they tell themselves. And it's all above board. Make him conveniently drop the broom into the spot on the camera. That'd be funny. Yeah, you know what? I'll make his exit animation that he drops the broom. I won't be doing that today, though. I don't think we'll have time. But, yeah, I'll do that. An Italian YouTuber played the game. I think I saw that. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers from all over. I saw a couple German YouTubers play it, and I was happy to see that they liked the German. They weren't like, this guy sucks at speaking German, he's a hack. They liked it, so that's good. Because I don't know German. I know a couple words. Did you know that Wednesday in German is Mittwoch, which literally translates to midweek? Isn't that clever? Those Germans, they get pretty clever. Take a quick water drink. I took a big gulp there. What does Frog President think of Friedrich's establishment? He he's really busy, so he doesn't really know about it. But I think if he did know about it, he would condemn it in the strongest possible terms. Frog President is also based on another game I did called Frog Fever. Guys, go to my itch.io and play my games if you want. You don't have to. I'm not gonna beat you up. Yeah, I used to use itch.io before. I moved to Game Jolt specifically because I knew they had a much larger FNAF community. But I like it more than itch.io, if I could say. It seems like it's a much more active community. Who's Freddy and why do people the Friedrich thing? I don't know who Freddy is. I go down to like the Jersey Shore and I see like these plushies of Friedrich, but they look nothing like him. And it's branded Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm like, dude, you spelled the name wrong. It's so stupid. They forget his exposed teeth. Like, it's really awful. I gotta talk to the quality control people about that. Vanjov, welcome back. We were just talking about actually I literally forget, and that's really scary. Who's the person inside of Clara's mouth? That's Clara. That's Clara without her makeup. And you know what? I respect her. She puts in a lot of work. And she does it for herself. Out of all the characters who would attempt the one-chip challenge. I think Clara would definitely do it. I'm trying to tread lightly because I know a kid actually died from it, so I don't want to be like, oh, they would die, because that really did happen. I think they'd all be pretty open to it. I don't think they're all like necessarily picky eaters. I think they would give it a shot. Felix, I don't think Felix would like it because he has the biggest tongue, thereby the most taste buds. Alright, Brexters, enjoy your dinner. I hope you're not eating one chip, parentheses, the challenge. That'd be a horrible dinner, not just because it's like spicy and like hurts, but also because it's like one chip for dinner. First of all, you're not getting all your food groups. Second of all, I mean, it doesn't seem very filling. It'd be cool if there was a near end of night theme that plays around 4 or 5 a.m. There have been some cool stuff going on behind the scenes regarding music that I won't be sharing just yet, but there will be some cool music stuff going on. And I'm thinking I will be uploading... I'll upload a Friedrich soundtrack. In addition to the one on Game Jolt, I'll be putting one on YouTube, and it's going to have actual songs. It's going to have every song except the title screen theme and Zoom Zoom Zoom, because I don't have the... I didn't make those, so I don't have the rights to re-upload them. But yeah, cool stuff going on in the soundtrack world. I think you will be pleasantly pleased. Does Clara eat her pizzas? Yes, absolutely, yeah. She'll eat anything, but she'll especially eat pizzas. What is everyone's favorite food? Well, Clara, I just said pizza. But probably also she'd like a T-bone steak. No, probably not. I'm just trying to subvert you. Let's see. Friedrich. Friedrich would like raw ground beef from the grocery store. Bernard would probably like a... Bernard likes Dr. Pepper, and Felix likes... what does Felix like? Well, he likes cornflakes, and he likes healthy cereal, like the cereal that's like fortified with nutrients and shit. And he's better off for it, I would say. What did the animatronics? What would the animatronics think about Golden Friedrich? They would, if Friedrich met Golden Friedrich, he would have a moment, like in the cartoons, where like the character thinks they're looking in a mirror, so they like do the same movements. That's what they would do. Did you work on Golden Friedrich? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? I did work on Xenon Friedrich. He's made of xenon. which is a material on the periodic table. What does it do? Your guess is as good as mine, but it starts with X. Will Felix ever have a jump scare? Probably not. He did originally have a jump scare coded in, but I realized it was kind of pointless. He would jump scare you if you lasered him. But I realized that that's a mistake you'll make once, and then you'll never laser him again. So I was like, I'll just make it so it just locks the button. It's a little more forgiving and functionally the exact same. Does Friedrich abuse his employees? Like the animatronic? He abuses the night guard. I think Friedrich is pretty nice to the other animatronics. I don't think I mean, he's not nice, but he doesn't have a problem with them per se, you know. I think he respects their work, and he enjoys working with them, clearly. Look how coordinated they are. They all jump off the show stage at the same time on 420 mode. Now they have fun. They like each other. They're like a little team. Felix is technically part of the crew, but he's a little disliked. That's right, there's Invisible Friedrich. Yeah, Invisible Friedrich I spent the last 2 days straight working on, because it takes so long to draw him. And he does all these like crazy poses. Like, yeah, it took forever, but he's coming out really good. Slickman, what'd you miss? This guy? His arms are moving slightly. Oh, I should move his head. We'll do that in a bit. Why do they hate us? Just general bloodlust. It's not personal if it makes you feel better. Like, they're not. It's nothing against you. You're okay. All the animatronics. Who would most likely be the prankster? Probably Friedrich. Friedrich would like do really mean pranks, and like you can't really get mad at him because he's in charge. There's like a power imbalance there. It's actually a pretty toxic work environment. Is Clara the unique thing that can open her beak? Clara can pretty much open her beak of her own free will. If you asked her to do it, she'd probably do it. But yeah, the management was not able to do it. It's a lot tight. It only opens for delicious pizza. And T-bone steak. That's still canon. That didn't stop being canon just because I said it was not true in the first place. Is he in this camera? Yeah, Invisible Friedrich is in this area. He's hanging out by the soap. I can't play the game because my laptop is gas without the G. I'm sorry. I hope you're able to get a better computer and play it sometime. But at least you can watch cool playthroughs on the YouTube. Midnight Guard deserves to be abused by Friedrich and his friends because he literally burns them alive with lasers. Yeah, that's fair. It really is a question of like who shot first, you know? Like, to be fair, the Night Guard lasers them before they get in the office. Maybe they wouldn't have done anything bad. You don't know. Just because there's a dead guy under the desk, maybe he deserved it too. How would Felix give you an autograph? He would take his tongue, he'd dip it in like one of those like ink pads for like stamps, and then he'd like slap the tongue on a piece of paper. Does Friedrich have his own Garfield like comic strip? Yeah. And John Arbuckle is the Night Guard, and they get up to all sorts of antics. Excuse me. Felix loves watching his wheels spin. Endo likes to see his mop clean things. Yeah, he likes it. But unlike Felix, the endoskelett can stop at any time. Felix has a genuine addiction, but endoskelett is not afflicted by that. Let's see how this works. Let's see if this looks Janky or stanky. Would Friedrich ask Clara on a date? I don't think so. They're business partners above all else. They have a working relationship. Um, I don't know if Clara is Friedrich's type. I think Friedrich is a classy man, and Clara has the brain of an iPad child. It wouldn't work. I love the Friedrichs article. It was a really cool article. Yeah, shout out to City who wrote that. It was very cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing those references on there. The full body references I drew. It's very cool. No, he's really nice. It was nice working with him. He works hard, man. There's a lot of articles on there that he's maintaining too. It's crazy. Is Felix freaky? I guess we'll never know, because he can't really do anything. But maybe he is. I'm thinking about merch, but if I did, A, it wouldn't be till the full game is out, and B, I would have to see if I could do it legally. Hopefully these designs constitute as parody enough that I wouldn't have to worry about infringement. I am going to go refill my glass of water. I'll be right back, everybody. Clean tables, Mr. Krabs. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Probably because it's stupid. Alright, we're back. Alright, enough of that. Friedrich looks like the type of person who would have a great grandfather that was on the Titanic. I would love to explore that. Did his great grandfather survive? That'd be my question. I guess I could just ask him. Why did your mother name you with an O? Because she was looking around the room and she was like, she looked at Cheerios. She saw a big O on the box and was like, yeah. Does that make sense? That answer your question? Um, I'm trying to remember what I was even doing. I'm drawing a character for a video game. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Does Bernard enjoy getting his fingers slapped by giant lasers? I don't think he likes it, but like, if it was really that bad, he'd stop doing it, right? I think it's like it's one of those things where like the pain kind of feels good. It's like when someone cracks your back. How's New York City, by the way? I don't know. I haven't checked in on them in a while. Last time I went to New York City, I went to the Nintendo World Store and I bought a Mega Man amiibo because they were hard to find at the time, and you could only get it at the only reliable place to get it was the store. That wasn't the reason I went to New York, but it was a convenient stop on the way. No, I'm lying. The last time I went to New York was to see SpongeBob on Broadway, and it was a pretty good show. But yeah, I don't know how they're doing. I guess Golden Friedrich's there, so they can't be doing that well. What would Bernard do to the sun? He would harvest its power, much like Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. He would say, "Don't follow me." What would, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Clara making pizzas? I mean, she burns down the kitchen every single time. The only pizza that she's seen successfully making is the one of the night guard's face. So I don't think she's very good, unfortunately. And I feel bad saying that because I respect her, but I just, it's not. I sure as the mop is slightly above the ground, I'll have to move it down. I'm stealing your legs. Your legs will be repurposed. How much do you like the Endoskelett? I like him. I kind of go through a pattern with characters where when I design them, I'm kind of like, this one is a little weak. This might be the weakest design so far. But then when I animate them doing something funny, I'm like, alright, these guys are pretty good. So now that I see Endoskelett mopping, I kind of like him. Hi, Artman. Hello. I've heard of Ultra Kill. Yes, and it looks really fun. I've never played it, but it looks really cool. And I would like to play it someday when I'm older and wiser. How many SpongeBob layers do you have on OBS? Just 2. I have the one in this scene, and then I added the one to the BRB scene. It's really handy to have. I don't know why, but it is. Like, I can't think of a reason why it's helpful, but it's helpful. Who's the oldest out of the all animatronics? Herm. Ooh. Probably the Endoskelett. Whoa, everyone says. What does that mean? And I say, I crack a big smile. And I say, wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Do Felix ever go to Vegas? No, but he really wants to. Here's the thing: we'll know when Felix goes to Vegas because you'll literally never see him again. It's the last thing he'll ever do. I'll spend the rest of his freaking life there. How many fan games have you beat? How many? Alright, I beat Candy's 1. I've played a lot more than I've beaten. I played FNAF 2 Deluxe the other day. That one's cool. I like that. I don't know. I play a lot of them. It's something I'll do in my pastime with my friends. We have a dedicated laptop for playing like FNAF fan games, and a lot of them are just like whatever random stuff we find on Game Jolt. Five Nights at Biden's was actually very well designed, very well made. The art was a little basic, but it had very solid mechanics. Big fan of that one. And I did beat that one too. Um, I've played all four. Are there four Return to Freddy's games? I've played all the Return to Freddy's games. I didn't beat any of them, unfortunately. I couldn't figure them out. And yes, I agree that Return to Freddy's 2 Freddy looks a lot like Friedrich. It was not intentional, but I think that's pretty funny. Oh yes, yes, I've finished Day Shift at Freddy's 1 and 2. I did all the endings. I don't remember which one I got first. Probably whichever one is like the easiest to get without knowing what you're doing. I've never played 3. I really want to play 3. Apparently it's like the best one. One of these days, I'll play it. Someone last stream suggested a FNAF fan game stream. That seems like a pretty solid idea. If you guys want to see me play any games, let me know and I'll play them. Or I could not do that. But yeah, tell me your favorite fan games. I know that what the hell's going on here? Oh, separate layers. I know that Tyke Sons looks really good. That one looks really cool. I've never played any of the Pop Goes games. If Friedrich's gang had a movie night, which one would you choose? They would all watch the FNAF 2 movie in theaters now. Mangle is in it. You can see Shaggy. No, what would they watch? Friedrich would like The Godfather Part 2, but he hates Part 1. He only likes Part 2. He's never seen Part 1, but he can tell that he won't like it as much. Bernard likes the live-action Speed Racer movie. And he likes it genuinely. It's not like ironic. He actually thinks it's like a good story with like a good message. Clara doesn't really watch movies, but she's a big fan of none other than, I'm thinking about it as I speak, that's why I'm taking so long. I will probably have to say Cocomelon. Damn it, that's what I landed on. That's the best I could do. And then Felix, World Series of Poker, dude. Come on, I know it's not a movie, but he watches it. Is Endoskelett perhaps an old animatronic from an old Friedrich's establishment? That's an interesting theorem. It's an interesting little theorem you got there. Get Matthew Patrick on the horn. Will you go to PAX West? It's kind of soon, isn't it? I did think about it, but I don't think I can really be traveling right now, due to the fact that I have no money and no job. I'd like to go in the future sometime, though. It seems cool. I've always wanted to like go to a con, but not this one. Do you plan to be a game show creator? Yeah, I think I'd like to do it. I don't have the means to yet. I can't do it till my profile hits 1,000 followers. It's at 550. If you like the game and you're following the game, but you're not following me, and you want me to be a game show creator, you should follow me, and then I can make little sticker packs. I can have Friedrich, and he's putting a big eyebrow up like a DreamWorks character, and you can put that on posts, and you can put it on my posts, and I get paid money. But it's free for you to do. Isn't that crazy how that works? Isn't that crazy? That's like a business model that they have. We hit 100 minutes. Did we? Oh my god, we did. Jesus. This is taking long. We're still on the line art phase. Yeah, Maybe last stream may have fooled you because it was just his head. Endoskelett kind of takes a while. He's got a lot of parts to him. I don't know why I made him so complicated. I shouldn't have done it. When you're drawing the character once, you're like, this looks cool. And then you have to draw it 500 times, and you're like, why does each joint need 3 separate parts? It's not necessary. This is how the animators felt when they were animating for Dragon Ball, and Akira Toriyama was like, hey, I made Cell, and he had 500 spots on every body part, and they were like, we gotta draw those 500 spots about 500 times a minute, brother, boss. 5 Nights at Friedrich will come out in 2026. I'm hoping a lot sooner than that. I would say probably sooner than 2026. I'd be very shocked if it took that long. But, things could happen. If my whole computer exploded, it probably will take longer. Bear 5, welcome. No, you have not missed it. We'll probably be going until 3. So we're all good in the hood. Which character is the quickest to draw? Probably Clara. I had a good chance to kind of remember what it was like to draw everyone when I did the references, and I think Clara's the easiest. Then probably Friedrich, and then Felix. Believe it or not, I feel like Felix is harder than Friedrich, just because he has, I don't know, his rib cage is weird to draw, and he's got more colors in general. Then I think it's Bernard is harder, and then Endoskelett is the hardest. And yeah, I think that's everyone I've said. Will Friedrich have character support? Controller support. I wasn't planning on it. I feel like most people would prefer to just play with keyboard and mouse, but if enough people want controller support, it wouldn't be hard to add. I wasn't sure if there was demand for it, but yeah, I could do it. I could frickin' do it. It might mess with the balancing. I guess it would make certain things easier, but you know what? The console ports of FNAF all have that issue too, so it's fine. J comes with the territory. Do you plan to make a Discord server? I've been asked this before. I've thought about it, but the trouble with a Discord server is just that it's a lot more work to maintain compared to something like the Game Troll community. Like I feel like the community is good for like getting people's fan art. People can talk to one another and do this and that. And it has the added bonus of that I don't have to actively moderate it or really set anything up, because Game Troll kind of moderates like the evil stuff. You don't get like slurs or anything. So if I made a Discord server, I'd have to like account for that, and I know I could get other people to do it, but it's just not something I really have the time to set up right now. Maybe in the future when I'm less busy, sure. And also, I don't know if there was an unofficial Friedrich's Discord server that someone made and it got popular. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna like shut you down. I just don't have time to moderate. That's the main reason I don't do it. But I'm not opposed to it. Duru is welcome. Hello. It is today. It is today's stream day. But don't worry, we got plenty of work to do. Here's what we're putting down. Just a little recap for all the new heads. His arms are so stubby. I definitely made him stubbier. I don't mind it. It looks funny, but I'm really bad at keeping these characters consistent. Can Bernard bench press a car? Probably. Yeah. I think he could bench press a blasted 18-wheeler. Petition for Gus Fring bobblehead webcam view. I'm sad because I know what that means. Let's see. This is really important.
That's too big. You know what? White background works perfectly on the canvas. We're just gonna keep him there. It's like my watermark. We're gonna see if anyone notices. Clean tables, Mr. Fring. All right, that's enough. Why is Alan Friedrich so enthusiastic? He loves this place, and he loves the company. You know, they provide great benefits. They match his 401k. You know, it's pretty good. Oops. Whoa, my whole... Oh, that was weird. My monitor went black for a sec. Bear 5 gaming. I didn't necessarily say you could moderate it, but I didn't say you couldn't. Look, I wouldn't care if someone made a fan-made Discord. I really wouldn't. That'd be fine with me. But if anything evil happens in it, that's on you. That's not on me. I absolve myself. Or there would be Friedrich's bed sheets. That'd be really... I don't know why that's so funny to me. I'm just imagining like a big Friedrich head on a sheet. That's just funny. All right, Karosha. See ya. Thanks for coming by. Thoughts on Despicable Me 4? I have not watched it. I haven't watched a Despicable Me movie since 2. Nothing against it. Nothing personal. I just haven't done it. What's even the plot? I know that in the third one, his brother shows up and he's like blonde. And then they made like a couple of Minions movies. What's the fourth one even about? Does Gru get like, is there like Nightmare Gru and he has to like listen for breathing? Yeah, Mad Clara will be annoying. But, you know, when people first beat 420 Perma Sprinkler, they were making the pizza anyway, even though you didn't have to. They didn't know it, so they did it, and they still did fine. So it's definitely possible. The guard from 1 Night Flimsies and Alan could get along. I think they could. I think their experience, they have a lot of overlap with their experiences. Oh, shoot. Oh, never mind. I thought I drew everything on the sketch layer, but this is just a different frame. Oh, they have a child. That's the plot? Is they have a child? Is the child like... Does the child get up to antics? Is there like drama of his adopted children having conflict with his baby child? His genetic child? Does the minions get the megaphone and say Beto Beto? Because that was in the trailer of the first one. Bernard body pillow. That'd be comfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably would be like $1 million to produce, but you know. Gru's old as fuck. Lucy is 25. Is there an age gap? That's kind of awkward. Gru does strike me as like a Leonardo DiCaprio type, but we don't have to get into that. Where was Bernard during World War II? I'll tell you where he was. He was in the United States. He was on the front lines. He was on the front lines of D-Day, and he fought, and he saved our freedom. He saved our country. I'll tell you what else. Bernard was he was on the front line. He was the medic. He had his big medicine gun, and he would go and he would help everyone, like in Team Fortress 2. Also, that's it. I don't have anything else. Yes, this is one of the new animatronics. This is Endoskelett. He's very nice. The minions get superpowers. I thought they already did that in the second movie when they turned purple and evil. But I guess these are like good powers. Is everyone in the Friedrich universe purple or just Alan? Just Alan. And I guess the guy under the desk is purple too. But it's there's different colored people. Just like in the FNAF games, and also just like in real life. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, you know, there's you know, you're gonna see other people in the full game. I'll say that.
Can someone please fan art? Are you talking about the World War II thing? Honestly, they may as well. We already got 2 fan arts of Bernard doing 9/11. That was insane. That was a really crazy thing to see. Like, and like it's funny, but it's like, imagine how weird that is. Like you go on the community, and you see art of your character doing 9/11. And you're like, oh wow, that's really weird. But I guess that's like, I guess they just thought it'd be funny, and it did look funny. And then you scroll down, and there's a second other drawing of him doing 9/11 by like a different person, like upload at the same time. That's crazy. I think twice is like a pattern, you know. I think this game reminds me of a Bite at Freddy's. Yeah, I like a Bite at Freddy's. I hadn't actually seen it. I never played it, but I watched the playthrough. I hadn't actually watched that playthrough till after I started working on this. But yeah, the Freddy mechanic is actually very similar to Friedrich's. But I like theirs because you can saw off his head. I think that's pretty cool. This is Clip Studio Paint, which has a little animation toolbar. I used to use Adobe Animate. I like it quite a bit, but I think Clip Studio has like a better brush. I think Adobe Animate's brush is unreliable and stinky. But I like Adobe Animate. Does Alan use makeup like Old Sport does? No, he's just naturally purple, and he's got naturally black eyes. I don't know why. He was born like that. He can't help it. He can't help who he be. What if Alan's brother's the one at the desk? That could be. They are a purple guy. Remember when everyone thought there was a pink guy in FNAF 2? That was weird. That was a weird time. Just because he was like a 2% different shade of purple. Does Clara have a crush on someone? She has a crush on culinary arts. She has a crush on making delicious pizzas and having her food enjoyed by many. She also likes Ryan Reynolds. If there was a Friedrich's fan game, would you play it on stream? Absolutely, yeah, that'd be so cool. I would love to do that, and I would love to see someone make that. Wasn't there a purple guy reskin of gold? Yeah, there was a purple guy animatronic hoax in FNAF 2, and that was really funny. That was that was the first hoax I saw like in real time, like as it was happening. Like people were like, "Oh my god, there's a purple guy animatronic." I really like that, and I like that FNAF 2 Deluxe references it. Can you make a random character called Bob that just dies in like the first 5 seconds you find out about them? Are you afraid about Rule 34 artists? Not really. I mean, I don't want to say no one's gonna do it because people do it, but I don't really care. I mean, as long as I don't have to see it. I don't know. Bernard's kind of I saw someone in one of the YouTube comments saying like Bernard's kind of, you know. So I'm sure there'll be cool art of Bernard with his pingus out. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to see it, but that's okay. I don't know if you could put it in the Game Jolt community though. I think they might. I think Game Jolt might take issue with that. What if Endoskelet's game whiskey was him wearing Alan as a skin suit and doing the purple guy animatronic pose? I might do that. That would be pretty cool. I did want to have him wearing it as a skin suit. It might be fun to do a nod, I should say, to the Easter egg, because I like that Easter egg. Not Easter egg, hoax. I'm sorry, it's not actually in the game. It's not real. Will Emerald Friedrich be a thing? Yeah, he's green and he stands in the office the whole time. And every 15 seconds he'll pull you aside and be like, just so you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but I am green. Like, I'm Friedrich, but I'm green, and that's kind of crazy. I just thought, I feel like that's worth mentioning that I'm green, and thank you. And he does that every 15 seconds. And you can't move while he's doing it. My friend was simping for Bernard. See, look, he's got fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think he would... I think all these feelings are unrequited, though, because he's a big, scary monster. What language does Bernard speak? He speaks in, like, tiger growls, which I don't know if that's, like, an official language. I guess to tigers it is. Make an animation where Friedrich steps on an ant. I guess so. I'm probably not going to do that, but someone can do that. Everyone in the Finance of Friedrich's universe are literally taller than Earth itself. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's canon. Yeah. Here's what it is, right? Because Friedrich's is a parallel universe. It doesn't take place in the Freddy's universe. So everyone in the Friedrich's universe, everything is larger, including Earth. Like, Earth is like 100 times larger. So if the Friedrich's characters came to the Finance of Freddy's world, yeah, they'd be like giant cosmic entities, and that's canon. Sparky, I do want to do a Sparky cameo because I like him. Animatronic's opinion on Alan Fritter. I mean, you just gotta play the game. I don't think I think they just see him as it's like a dog's chew toy, you know. I mean, they rip off his arm for Pete's sake. Wow, speaking of arm, I'm doing this one all wrong. I just noticed. What inspired you to make this? I had the idea for it a long time ago, but I didn't know how to make games back then. But I basically, I wanted to... it was basically, I just wanted to make my own take on FNAF 1, you know? Like, with my own kind of designs and more unique mechanics. And I like the mechanics in FNAF 1, but I thought it'd be interesting to kind of give each animatronic their own more involved thing. Yeah, I just really want to do my own take on it. Not that I think there's anything wrong with the original FNAF. I think it's actually really well made, but I wanted to do my own thing with it too. Have you heard of When the Lights Go Dim? Is that a FNAF song? I swear I've heard that name before, but I don't think I don't know what it is. Add Sparky to the launch trailer. That would be funny. just lie to people about what's in the game. Guys, the 5th and 6th animatronics are going to be Sparky the 6th and 7th, they're going to be Sparky and Ballora. Yep. You didn't see that coming. You thought it was limited to FNAF 1 characters. No. It's going to be Electrobab and Dee Dee. Would you ever want to collab with someone if you got the opportunity? Yeah, sure. Yeah. If anyone ever wanted to, like, you know, put the Friedrich's characters in something, yeah, that'd be fine with me. Yeah. First Fantasy Friedrich's character made, I think it was Bernard. I think Bernard was the first one I drew, and he actually looked kind of different. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna upload the. I want to post some of the older like sketches because they have some old designs that are kind of interesting. I'll probably post that. There's gonna come a time where I can't post as many teasers because the stuff I'm working on is top secret, and so to fill that time, I probably will be posting about the behind the scenes stuff. It's a remake of FNAF 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it at all, but it sounds cool. I'd like to try it. I like when people do kind of like reinterpretations of the old games. Did you see that FNAF 2 reimagined that was made in like Roblox of all things? And it was like really good. That was cool. You should all go play that. But like keep watching the stream also. You have to make Bernard dance to win. Yeah, there's a Bernard dance contest. And it's just Friday Night Funkin'. We just rip it off completely, and that's okay. Balloon Jasmine. Why is Endoskelett mopping? Because he's a bit of a neat freak, and he's got nothing better to do right now. Killer Bean in a FNAF game. There should be a Five Nights at Killer Bean. One of my favorite things to do is just search Five Nights at just like character name and see if someone's made a game of it, and they usually do. There should be a Five Nights at Killer Bean. I also haven't been able to find a Five Nights at Fat Albert's. I think that would be a good one. Like an animatronic Fat Albert, and they got like Dumb Donald on stage. That'd be cool. Endoskelet's mechanic. He is a door animatronic. Finally another one besides Bernard who goes to the door. He is either in the supply closet or parts and service, and he makes his way over to your door, and you can see his face in the doorway, and he plays a little sound on the side that he's on. But when he gets in your office, he doesn't just kill you. He does kill you eventually, but he'll do something else too, and I'm not going to tell you what that is. You'll have to see it. Why does Friedrich have the metal things on his legs? They are, it's basically like a big cage to kind of lock his leg servos in place, because when he takes them off, he's insanely fast and he's unstoppable, and management, the staff was like kicking up like protests to get those things put on. Eventually the technicians did it, but there was a lot of problems. He was running around, he was doing like Sonic the Hedgehog wall runs. He was crazy. This looks so silly. This is like the silliest he's looked. Everything prior to this, he's been like kind of like serious looking. Now he's got his mop and he's so fucking happy. I love this. FNAF Blood and Gears demo's out. Oh, that's cool. I've seen a little of that game. It looks really cool. I was. It came out around the same time as the Friedrich's demo, or at least that's when I saw it. So that's cool that it has a demo now. I should try it. I haven't played Baby's Nightmare Circus 2, but I'd like to. These are all good fan games I should play. I never thought about this, but why does Clara have human-like hands? I guess for the same reason that Friedrich has human teeth and Felix has human tongue and ribs. And the answer is, I don't know, he. Big shrug, does a big shrug emoji, but it's like real life. But I look exactly like the emoji, like I'm like yellow and I have like a blue shirt. I don't know. Hope that answers your question. Will a troll demo come out like how Scott did? I'll do it if it's like really easy to make. I don't want to like get carried away and accidentally make something too complicated, because then I'm just taking time away that I could do in the game. But if it's something easy, like maybe I'll do what Scott did and just reskin one of my old games, but put like Clara in it or something. But you know, No plans for that right now, but if I do it, you'll know. Do the animatronics enjoy throwing parties? Yeah. I don't think other people enjoy what their idea of a party is, but they like to have fun. That's what they're all about. That's their motive. Why'd you make the names German? I started with Friedrich because I made this made this video when I was like 15 called 15 Nights Within the Walls of Friedrich's, and it was just a. Actually, you know what? No, it goes back even further than that. First of all, I saw someone did fan art of Friedrich from 15 Nights Within the Walls of Friedrich's, the old thing I made when I was younger, and that was really funny to see. But do you guys remember like the fandom wikis? I mean, they're still around, but like there used to be these like wikis that they were just like it was just like randomness wiki and stuff like that, where you could just make whatever page you want and no one would like take it down. Like you could just upload whatever random crap garbage you want. And I made a wiki page for like a fake version of Five Nights at Freddy's called 15 Nights Within the Walls of Friedrich's, and I just picked the name Friedrich because I thought it was funny. And then yeah, when I was doing this game, I was like, I saw the video I made and I was like, oh, I'll just reuse Friedrich, and then I decided to lean into the German thing. Five Nights at Sonic's is crazy to me because there's just so many games, and like some of them are like actually really good, and it's like I can't believe there's all this fanfare for a game where it's like Sonic, and nothing against the people who make it. I mean, there's some really cool games. It's just like for such a like I don't know, for such a not as for a pretty simple concept, they got a lot out of it. And the Five Nights at Simpsons looks really good. Like, it looks insanely good so far, which is weird. The nibble of 87, yeah. Bernard got, he got bored one day. Bernard did a thing where every day for a year, he would take a small bite out of, like, the night guard's head. And it took him, like, a year to notice. Like, one day the night guard noticed he had, like, half of his head missing. He was like, wait a minute, who's been taking bites? That was the nibble of 87. Well, it wasn't 87. I guess it would have been. It would have been later than that. People do Five Nights at Sonic's is taken very seriously, and again, I have nothing against it, you know. But it's crazy how far it came when the first one was literally just a remake of FNAF 1. But it was drawn in Flipnote Studio and Freddy Fazbear's Sonic. It's just crazy how much mileage you could get out of that. Well, let's go gambling. How does the pizza taste? Probably not very good if they cook them overnight and then serve them the next day. They're probably pretty gross. You ever have, like, pizza that's been sitting out, like, not in the fridge? It gets like a layer, it gets like a film of like old grease on it. It's not good. Does Friedrich play Fortnite? He never played it until they added Peter Griffin, and then he sweat like crazy to get level 70 on the battle pass so he could get it. And then you know what? He stopped playing after that. He just really wanted Peter Griffin. Why does Endoskelett look like a spider? I just thought it'd be cool. I gave him the spiky teeth, and I was like, yeah, that's okay. But then I was like, what if he had big teeth on the side? I think it helps. Also, when he doesn't have the big teeth on the side, he looks a lot more like SpongeBob, which I don't want him to be exactly like SpongeBob. Nothing against SpongeBob, but you know, I just realized I haven't been doing his eyeball veins. I'll go back and do those later. Five Nights at Simpsons. No, seriously, it's so well animated. Like, it's crazy to me how much effort's put into it. Is it out yet? I wonder what the gameplay is like if it's out. Because if it's out, I'm definitely gonna play it sometime. Endoskelett likes cleaning. He does, yeah. Brings him peace. Brings him tranquility. What am I doing anyway here? Okay. Friedrich, yeah, Friedrich. Sometimes he'll like do squads with the whole gang, but it gets awkward because he gets really toxic. Like he takes it way too seriously, and then so eventually like the others just like I don't want to play anymore if you're gonna be mean, and then he's like guys come on, why did we stop playing? And he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Love the art style. Reminds me of my own. It's a fun art style to draw. I'm glad you can agree that it's fun. It's definitely inspired a lot by those old like Newgrounds Flash games, like the kind of like the thick black outline style with like the flat shading. I really like that style. Stuff like Castle Crashers, Super Meat Boy, Binding of Isaac. It's a very nice style. I like it. I'd love to beta test this when this comes out. Yeah, I'm gonna do a round of beta testing particularly because I want to see how it runs on certain machines, because I've been getting issues from people where occasionally, and I have no idea why, animatronics won't spawn. Like the whole night will just be empty, and I don't know what that's about. It's super weird. They say it happens when you like click a lot during the night intro screen. I'm wondering if it's something with like something to do with the asset loading. I have no idea. I haven't been able to replicate it at all. So yeah, I want to do a round of beta testing. I don't know if it would be like a public thing or just like I might reach out to people who have like I want to reach out to some of the people who beat 420 Perma Sprinkler first and see if they can beat 720 all challenges. See how they feel about the balancing in that, and maybe reach out to some of the people who are having issues. But I don't really. That's not set in stone yet. I'll figure it out later. Friedrich saying slurs would be the funniest shit I could see. Unfortunately, we can't. There can't be fan art of Friedrich saying slurs. It will be taken down by Game Troll. But if you draw that in your own spare time, I guess I can't stop you. Look, Friedrich's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. You should not aspire to be like Friedrich. You should aspire to be like the Frog President. He's a nice character. Endoskelett versus the Mimic. Who will win? Look, I'm a bit of a fraud. I don't know as much about modern FNAF lore. I know about the Mimic, and I know about his iconic pose, and that's why I copied it for the reference. Is he strong? Is the Mimic like strong? I thought he just kind of like pretended to be other people and then made everyone mad when he was Springtrap, myself included. I feel like Endoskelett has sharper teeth, but I think Mimic might be larger. I don't know. Well, no, Endoskelet's larger because he's bigger than Earth. Never mind, Endoskelett solos. Low diff. When in a pinch, would Felix go for Slurp Juice or Flowberry Fizz? I don't know what the fuck either of those two things are. Are those beverages? Let's see. Slurp Juice. Oh, it's Fortnite. I'm stupid. I thought they just had the Chug Jug. They had other drinks? Guys, what do the Fortnite drinks do? Alright, Deruiz, thanks for coming out. I'm very impressed the game's made Godot. Thank you. Godot has come a long way. It's not it's no slouch these days. Because I used to use Unity, but when the whole that whole pricing fiasco happened, I was like, I don't know if I can really. I don't think it's good to rely on this company for all of my games from here on out. Because, you know, if there's ever a problem, then I'm just kind of stuck. So I moved to Godot because it was open source, and it's been pretty good. It doesn't have everything Unity has, but I haven't really had many problems. If you are looking for a cool game engine, I recommend Godot. It's pretty cool. I'm glad you like 420 Perma Sprinkler. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the balancing of it. I kind of like that it feels like a different challenge from normal 420, just because you don't have to worry about the pizzas, but you have to be a lot faster. Like, it kind of has pros and cons to it. If the animatronics could drink, what would be their favorite drink? I think I already said Bernard likes Dr. Pepper, so that's true. That's canon. I'm not changing that. Don't stop emailing me asking me to change it. I'm not going to change it. It's me. It's real. This is happening. I'm Don Cheadle from Iron Man 2. Friedrich likes... What does Friedrich like? Friedrich would probably go for a... Ooh, he definitely just drinks like bourbon or whiskey, perhaps, or perhaps a nice. He drinks the fucking Flowberry Fizz from Fortnite, whatever that does. Clara likes high C, but remember the high C flavor from the 90s? You probably don't. I wasn't even alive. The flavor, they had Ecto Cooler, and it was based on Ghostbusters, and it was probably very good. Again, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I think Clara likes that. Felix likes he just likes water. He's not really into a lot of like weird beverages. He's like, he just finds water refreshing, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You beat 420 and 420 Perma Sprinkler. Congratulations! It is not easy. That's great. Like I said before, if you beat 420 Perma Sprinkler, you're officially better at the game than me. So, put that on your resume. Parody of If Foxy Was the Phone Guy. Is that a video? I've never heard of that. That one's beyond me. Will there be a villain Friedrich or a new character that plays that role? As in the role of like a Easter egg animatronic? Does a big smile at the camera? I don't know. Nah. Remember the time someone asked if Golden Friedrich would be in the game and I couldn't tell him? Nah. This is worse than the time I put Circus Baby in the game. Nah. That's enough of that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, I'm all full of resume tips. Whatever. Here's a tip on the resume: put a picture of yourself looking really scary, with like bloodshot eyes, and you're like the predator, you're like the alpha. Then they'll hire you. Right when he giggles, sounds like SpongeBob but on drugs. This is the SpongeBob mopping stream. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, that's one for the books. I like SpongeBob. And I like when he mops, and I like when he says clean tables. He doesn't say clean tables. Squidward says clean tables because he's cleaning the tables. I gotta stop making that mistake. SpongeBob says clean floors. Does Clara ever use Unreal Engine hands for special needs? That'd be funny if like all the characters were like 2D hand drawn, but then Clara just had like hyper realistic like Unreal 5 hands with like you can see every pore and like every cuticle. That would be disgusting. Fan art of that yesterday. We need that yesterday, please. Thank you. There was a drawing of Clara with hyper-realistic buff arms. I liked that one. That was good. Felix is the healthiest of the bunch. Is that why he's so thin? It's more like he's healthy as kind of damage control for how badly he's been treating his body prior. Like, the doctor's like, if you don't start drinking water now, you're not going to live to see next year. Felix, he's got a healthy lifestyle. I would not describe him as a healthy person. He has no torso. But maybe he's good. Maybe he's taking care of himself now. Have you seen Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom? Is that a SpongeBob themed FNAF game? That's just a guess. I haven't seen that, but I have seen Five Nights at the Krusty Krab. I played that one. That one was made in Unreal. We talked about Unreal. It was made in Unreal. I'm thinking of making a plushie of one of the animatronics. Please do. If you decide to do that, please post it. That would be really cool to see. I'd love that. I do think Clara would probably be the easiest one to make. But yeah, do whichever one you want. That'd be cool. Clara is kind of like SpongeBob with the anchor arms. And for the ladies, Harry. How much time does Felix have left to live? If Bernard's at the door, not long. Not long at all, I'm sorry to say. I said this earlier, I just want to reiterate. When Felix gets grabbed by Bernard, he's deleted from the night. Like, that canonically kills him. So, just, careful. Careful what you wish for. Whatever that means. Oh. Okay, so it's just like a general horror game. I'd like to play it. I'm down. Five Nights at SpongeBob by Sackhead. I don't think I've heard of that one. That sounds cool. I only know Five Nights at the Krusty Krab, but that one's for the old heads, and it's a little buggy. But I'll check out those other ones. Need to buff 420 mode. I only made it to 1 a.m. 420 mode. The biggest issue with 420 mode is power. At least what I found. It's super tight unless you're like really fast. Like, I remember I couldn't beat it without forcing a blackout, and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't too hard. But then someone beat it within 3 hours at like 20%, and I was like, okay, never mind. People are built different. But yeah, once you get the pattern for 420, it's actually not that bad. The worst part is just the power management. I do remember the the Friedrich Sands drawing. That was really cool. Who'd you like the others to be? Bernard is definitely... Ooh. Okay. Honestly, okay. I'm planning out in my head. I think Bernard should be Asgore, because they're both large. Ooh. I was going to say Clara should be Alphys, but I think Clara as Flowey would be really funny. She's like a little flower. Felix is Napstablook, and then Endoskelett is Papyrus. Papyrus and songs. Which child animatronic is your favorite? It fluctuates depending on who I'm working on at the time. Bernard was my favorite initially. I really like the expressions I can draw on Friedrich. I like that Clara can be animated to do like literally anything and it looks funny. I like that Felix looks like a sad little puppy dog when he runs into the office, and I like that Endoskelett looks like SpongeBob, and I like that when he cleans he does this. So goofy. Would you be down to stream around the clock? Yeah, I'd be totally down. I got suggestions last time to do a fan game stream, and I'd be totally down because I want a chance to play more fan games because I'm pretty ignorant to some of them, and I think it'd be cool. to get some. I could maybe get some inspiration. So yeah, maybe I'll do that sometime. I'd be down to play the SpongeBob ones that were mentioned, and some of the other ones. I probably won't play Five Nights at Sonic's, at least not like the first one, because it's not that fun. I'm sorry. What's the pattern for 420 mode? Basically, most things happen on 5-second intervals. The pizza takes 5 seconds to cook. Bernard takes multiples of 5 seconds to get to your door. Friedrich takes 15 seconds to get to the vent. And so once you know that, you can kind of notice everything kind of happens around the same time. And then Felix comes to your office every third camera flip on 20. And so once you know that, you can time out your camera flips, and it'll be a lot easier. It'll be a lot easier. The animatronics just eat the guard. They don't stuff him in any suit. They're not that smart, unfortunately. Yeah, Night Guard would be Frisk. Yeah, that'd be cool. And post them in the community when you're done. I want to see them. Has Bernard ever fought somebody? Bernard, you'll see. I'm not gonna say nothing. Five Sonics 1, 2, and 3 actually has not checking them out. Yeah, I watched a retrospective going through the first 5 games, and most of them did not seem that fun, unfortunately. Again, no disrespect, but yeah, I probably wouldn't play those unless people want me. Look, I have a high tolerance for things that aren't that fun. If people want me to play because it's funny, I'll do it, but probably not anytime soon. Holy crap, Lois! Hello, Michelangelo. Welcome to the stream. I see you have a SpongeBob profile picture, and you don't realize how important that is to me right now. Felix can come every 4 if you flip fast enough. Interesting. Do you mean because if the cam flip doesn't finish all the way, then he doesn't count? He only counts it once the camera screen turns on. So if you do a fast flip, then yeah, he won't show up. That's true. Yeah, when they eat the Night Guard, they inherit his brains, and that's why Bernard is so smart. I think Friedrich is probably the smartest one. Is he? I don't know. That's a loaded question. I'll have to think about that. Fan art of Bernard as Kingpin. Yeah, definitely do that. You can post it in the Five Nights at Friedrich's community, which is on Game Jolt, and I'll post the link in chat right now. There it is. Wow, I sent a message in my own chat. And also on Twitter, if you don't use Game Jolt, I have a Twitter as well. If you tag me in it, I'll see it and I'll like it. I'll retweet it. How'd you come up with the names? I googled German baby names, and I just looked for names that were similar to the original names. So Chica is Clara, Bonnie is Bernard, Foxy is Felix. Are Bernard and Joey Creation Bonnie related? I feel like they would get along for sure. I think they're brothers from another mothers, if that makes sense. We're almost done here. That's cool. Oh, I totally forgot to draw his chest. Also, wait, when did his legs get deleted? Yeah, we're gonna have to do some touch-ups in a bit, but let me just finish this bit first. I don't know where your legs went, little guy. They got deleted. I must have cut them by accident. Not the first time I said that today. That's what's weird. Felix is the smartest since he blocks the doors. That's true. Strategically, that probably puts the biggest dent in everything. Look, Mr. Krabs, clean floors. We have a baby mode where the whole cast become babies and don't do shit. That would be pretty funny. I'll say this: there's gonna be a Easter egg if you do 7-0 mode. Something cool will happen. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I got the idea because someone was expecting it to happen when they were playing through the demo and nothing happened. I was like, you know what, there should be something. So there's gonna be something. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it'll be funny and it'll be more work, but it'll be worth it. Make a Bernard animation where he punches the camera. Oh, I'd like to. That would be funny. Maybe if you stare at him for too long. We'll see. We'll see what I do with that. Because I do want to give Bernard some kind of Easter egg. Because Clara and Friedrich both have rare faces on the stage. But I didn't make one for Bernard because out of all of them, he's like barely on the stage. So it didn't really seem worth it. But I want to give him something special. Just gotta figure out what it is. It looks so silly. How does he look with Bernard in front of him? Oh, true. I forgot Bernard moves too. This is fun. They're friends. They're getting along. They're having a good time. How many Easter eggs in the demo? Not a lot. There's a few rare screens. There's one pretty significant Easter egg in the extras menu that I think most people have seen at this point. A couple hidden things in the office that can be decoded that not everyone has done yet. Yeah, there's some stuff. How much percent of the game is done? I don't know. I think it's too early to say right now. Yeah, I can't really estimate right now. I would definitely say less than 50%. I didn't start tracking demo progress until it was around 50%. And this one's definitely less than that. Okay, I gotta touch this up. I forgot to draw his little chest wires, which is just embarrassing. Also, he like only has a back for this frame. That's kind of weird. You should do Discord server. I was talking about it earlier. I would like that someday, but right now I just don't have the time to manage it or anything. If someone else wanted to make like a fan-made one, I wouldn't have any problem with that. But I just don't have time to like moderate or anything. And I feel like the Game Jolt community really covers a lot. Like, you get fan art, you get cool lore discussion, people can talk to each other. But, you know, someday in the future, if there isn't one, I'll make one. When live is over in general, look at the community. Yeah, yeah, last time there was a lot of fan art, so I think this time when the stream's over, I'll check out some of the art, which actually I think the stream might be over kind of soon, because it's almost 3, and I was planning to end around 3. Yeah, sorry we couldn't get it finished this time. This one was a lot more in-depth. But we got the line art, and maybe I'll come back to do the rest of it next week. Hey, look at him go. That's weird. But we still got time. Did the characters originally look how they did? Oh, by Jeremy's commentary. Thanks for coming by. Did the characters originally look how they did in the manual, or was it false advertising? They used to look like that. We used to know it looked like that. Can we get more detail about the pizzeria, like the outside of it? Honestly, this will sound insane. I've never thought about what the outside would look like. It's a pretty. I would describe it as a pretty unremarkable building. It's in the middle of a strip mall, and it's next to a Chick-fil-A. Does Friedrich's do delivery? Yes, but Bernard delivers it. Um, so I would just get Domino's if I were you, man. Is the pizza any good? No. They cook it overnight and then serve it the next day. It's not fresh. They don't refrigerate it, by the way, because if they refrigerated it, they'd have to cook it again. Yeah, Bernard would bust down your door. It'd be like that picture where it's like it's Goofy time. It'd be like the Goofy time picture. Go to GoogleImages.com and look up Goofy time. Who owns the company? Some creep. I'll tell you that much. I mean, look at this place. It is in a state of disrepair. How can you say this is a place for children? I mean, that's just criminally negligent. I have great news, by the way. I just remembered that peach I had in my throat. It hasn't affected me at all. I feel powerful. If you ever feeling down, you can overcome anything. If you're ever like, oh, I can't do this, just remember, one time I was streaming, I had a peach in my throat, and I was still able to talk, and I didn't even choke on it. So if you're ever feeling down, just remember that. Would Chick-fil-A be open on Sunday? Chick-fil-A is only open Sundays in the Friedrich's universe. And it has nothing to do with religious reasons. The owner's like, I'm tired. I don't want to be open most of the time. But it's really good. It's really good. It's got some French fries. The restaurant gives those locally underfunded restaurants vibe. Yeah, it's definitely it's not like popular. This is one of the, because Friedrich's is a chain. It's not a massive chain, but there's a few of them around. The one in this game is definitely the worst one by a lot. The other ones are at least kind of respectable. This one is just gross. Clara hate Chick-fil-A? Yes, but it has nothing to do with being a chicken. She just likes pizza better. I wonder if Clara knows she's a chicken. That's kind of deep. That's something to think about. Would be a dark twist if the owner of the company is actually the soul of Felix stuck in his body. That's why Bernard beats the shit out of him. He's like, I don't like this guy. Are the other two characters inspired by FNAF? Yep, yeah. They're pretty much every character in general, like animatronic or not, is inspired by FNAF in some way. What is the little figurine on the right? That is a Gus Fring bobblehead, and I actually forgot that was there until you said that. I need an image of Bernard. Recommend any good ones. Hey, I have great news. I recently drew a bunch of full body references for the characters, which are on the Game Jolt page if you scroll down a bit. Sorry, I forgot about the Game Jolt notifications. I'm very sorry. I did forget that. Alright, if I had a gun with one bullet... This is an old question, but I'm coming back to it. If I had a gun with one bullet and I was in a room with Dwayne Johnson, Bernard and Friedrich and Scooby-Doo, who would you shoot? See, here's the tricky part. I would probably shoot Bernard or Friedrich because they're going to kill me. But, like, I would only be able to shoot one and the other one would kill me. I don't want to shoot Scooby-Doo because he's like a dog. He didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to say on a public stream that I would shoot a real human being because that could be perceived as a threat. I'd probably shoot Friedrich because I don't think shooting Bernard would do anything. Sorry I wasn't watching the Game Jolt. It's, yeah. going to sneeze, everyone. I would like you to be aware of the fact that I'm going to sneeze in about 2 seconds. Put that in a sound bite, and make a FNAF fan game where that's the jump scare. Thank you. Please do all that work for a stupid joke. Thank you. Oh wait, so I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I posted a bunch of full body references on the Game Jolt, so check those out. It's got Bernard, it's got everyone. Very, very handy stuff. Well, yeah, Walter White's Friedrich, Jesse's Felix, Bernard is Mike, Clara is Skylar. No, Clara is Saul, and Endoskelet's Gus. Stopping Bernard from getting fed up with the guards, PS, and breaking down the wall. That would be cool. What's stopping him is that I don't want to animate the background doing that. and Bernard knows that too, and that's why he hates me. Bernard knows I'm the only one stopping him. Jeremy's commentary, welcome back. Don't ask, but what do his feet look like? Bernard's feet? He's got little, tiny stub feet. Here, I'm gonna send you the references I was talking about. Sorry, this is taking forever. I'm very stoopy. Here we go. Yeah, here's the references post. Bernard's got little tiny. He's got like Grinch feet. I don't know. You know, the Grinch kind of, his feet look like socks. He's got like socks. Make an animation where a Chick-fil-A employee mistakes Clara for a chicken nugget, and then Clara goes, "Go." You know what I'm saying? How's Endo gonna work? He is a door animatronic, and he approaches from either the supply closet or parts and service, and he's cleaning just because he likes it. It's not tied into a mechanic, but you know, he's a good egg. He just likes taking care of the place, keeping it tidy. Is Bernard originally from Africa, hence why he can speak tiger? Yeah, sure. That's fine. He's from Africa. He was on the front lines of World War II, and he did 9/11. This is all canon. Don't shoot the messenger. It's just true. Whoopsie daisy. I'm just gonna redraw it. If I ever learn to make a game, I'll definitely make a Felix gambling game, like the one Luigi game. Oh, you mean the one in the DS games where you play like poker and stuff? That would be fun. But it'd be hard for Felix to be a dealer. Alright, what do you think of this? Oh, wait. His chest piece. The iconic chest wires. Me time traveling to myself a few months ago when I first drew Endoskelett on the parts and service. Don't make him so complicated. Why did you draw his arms like that? Why did you make his fingers just lines? They're hard to see. This is me. Me from the future. Someone needs to make a Twiddlefinger mod with Max being Bernard and the Chicken Nugget being Felix. Twiddlefinger's the Max Design Pro Friday Night Funkin' thing, right? I'd be down for that. You know how quickly the chicken nugget is the Roblox face, and I know that's common knowledge. I want to remind everyone because I think we've gotten so far removed. The chicken nugget is the Roblox face, and if you don't know what that means, good. Count your blessings. Go become a doctor or a lawyer. You're gonna be all right. It's too late for me. I started to make a FNAF joke game. Awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. It's a lot of fun. It's fun. It's fun making fan games. Will Bernard be able to stretch out Felix and like an elastic band and launch him across the room? He can do, yeah. He can do anything if it's funny. So yeah, he could totally like. He could also like he could also use him like a whip. He can like grab him by the head and like whoosh, if needed, you know, if need be. I've seen people make a one-night Flumpy's game of Roblox, so possibly that Friedrich one could be possible. That, yeah, and I'd totally. They have my blessing to do that. No, you can make some insanely cool things in Roblox these days. I can't even believe it. Again, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 reimagined. If you haven't seen it, it looks really, really cool, and it's made in Roblox, which is insane. Oh, excuse me. All right. Might need some touch-ups later, but I think this is pretty solid line art. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna have time to color it and shade it and everything. Unfortunately, so I might have to. This is all you're gonna see for today, but maybe on next stream I'll do the rest of it, and maybe also his enter/exit animations. But for now, we're not done quite yet. I do want to look at the community because people are saying there's some cool stuff. So we're gonna do a little look through, and if you wanna post anything to the community, now's your chance. Now's your chance. I'm gonna look at it. Let's see. How can I add another window capture? Survive FNAF Scooby Toilet. Yeah, that's true. Roblox is definitely a it's got pros and cons. There we are. It's the community. That's me. Am I leaking any sensitive information? No, I don't think so. All right. Got my cursor. Cool. All right. So. This SpongeBob image is like insane. That's great. I love that. Cinco noches con Alfredo. That's me. I posted that. Let's see. Oh, this is the penguin one you're talking about. Penguin. That's pretty cool. What's on his head there? Is that like a is that an exposed brain, or is he wearing a little hat? If you're still here. Let's see. Oh, then that's it. I like this one. This one's really good. This is the 15 Nights Within the Walls of Friedrich I was talking about. Looks like bandage. Could be. I like him though. I like his little wires. All right. I guess we're good. I guess we're good, everybody. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that can be done. The Gus Fring is still there. The Gus Fring was there that whole time. My bad. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, I'll let you know when we'll be doing the rest of this. Maybe next week. Maybe a little later. I'm currently drawing Twiddlefinger Friedrich mix. I would love to see that. It is a band-aid. Okay, gotcha. Cool. All right, well, thanks for watching. Maybe we'll do this next week, finish this guy up, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. Keep putting cool stuff in the community, and yeah.